Good afternoon. Happy Sunday. Happy Easter. Happy Passover. Happy everything. In case you haven't heard my broadcast before, and you're welcome to watch all of them because there's a lot more of these out there. My name is Barry Selby. To introduce myself formally first, I am a best-selling author, speaker, and relationship attraction expert helping strong, successful women find balance in love, life, and business. I'm also a passionate champion for the divine feminine. And I do these talks every day called Messages from the Masculine to inspire the feminine heart. And today's topic is, today's broadcast is number 304 in an ongoing series of talks to inspire men and women, couples and singles to have amazing relationships. And even though my talks usually targeted towards women in their singlehood, they do go to both genders and both relationship statuses. Stati? Whatever the word is for that. So today, first of all, happy Easter, as I mentioned at the beginning. And this topic is kind of inspired because of Easter. So I thought, why not talk about it today? Being a Sunday, I spent the morning at Agape, my spiritual center, spiritual home in LA, and had some great conversations with people today. And this topic was it was inspired by a friend of mine who called it Happy Resurrection Day. One of the ministers there at Agape, and I was like, no, that sounds a bit serious, But I thought, look, what's something else? So I'm calling it Happy Begin Again Day. I was going to call it Happy Do-Over Day, but the whole point what I want to talk about is don't repeat the past, or stop repeating the past, or don't duplicate what you did before. So this is relevant to relationships in particular, because that's the area I specialize in. And this reminder is brought to you by Easter. But what I mean to say is that this reminder is to give you a quick nudge to say, if you've been someone like I was, and I did this, who repeated the same experience in relationship more than once, as in multiple times, maybe it's time to stop doing that. So, hey Bonnie, happy Easter to you too. So this topic is a spin on the idea about resurrection, being born again, starting over, Easter type thematic. But the recognition is that you can start with a clean slate. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. That's maybe the bottom line. Maybe I'm done and sign off now. But it is the fact you have a clean slate. And I need to tell you how to get there, don't I? Yes. Okay. So if you were like I was, as I mentioned before, you may have had experience that we had the same experience in relationship after relationship after relationship after relationship, and not sure how to change it. So I'm going to give you some clues and some insights how to do that, or how to have that shift in awareness and have that change of experience. You don't keep doing the same thing again and again, expecting a different result. That is the famous quote attributed to Albert Einstein, that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing again and again, expecting a different result. And if you're like me, you may have had more than one relationship that repeated the same experience you had before, and a negative experience that you had before. And somehow we think the next one's going to change, but we don't change anything inside of us. And the trap, the program that repeats, I'm trying to put this in a nice way, is basically we're doing something wrong in the relationship to cause this in the first place. Wrong being as in not effective, not what we want. And we're getting a result we don't want in that relationship. Then we leave that relationship and go into a new relationship and do the same thing again. And we wonder why it's not different. You see how insane that is? And we change it again and go into a new relationship over here. Same thing again. We do the same pattern, same problem, same issue, because we didn't change anything, and the same result happens. Here's a clue. The problem isn't with them, the problem is with you. Them, you. I'm pointing off the screen, whatever. So, if you're someone who is tired of doing that, and I hope you are, if you're watching my broadcast, you know I encourage you to change to get what you really want, and have what you really want, then here's some key insights, tips, guidance, suggestions, and direction to head in to change your history so you don't keep repeating it. First of all, and this is one of the biggest pieces of all, is you need to become aware. To put it simply, when you become aware of what you're doing each time that is the same, hasn't changed, you can change it. Because a lot of times people are, and the majority of people on the planet are, repeating the pattern, the cycle, the experience in the relationship, 17 different relationships in a row, and don't know they're doing it. There's no awareness. The first step is to become aware that there's a pattern, a result, an experience you're having in relationship after relationship after relationship after relationship that's likely to be attributed to you somehow. Now, before I get too far down the road, before you start going, whoa, 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 but if you've been in relationships that have been abusive to you, I don't mean you're creating it, but I mean you're making choices that put you in the place where abuse happens. So I'm not saying that you have the ability to change the abuse, but you do have the ability to choose differently. And that's what I mean by this. You have freedom to choose. And part of that starts with the awareness, going, oh, okay, I realize I was putting myself in the way of that bullet. Maybe I should put myself somewhere else. So I'm putting that as an extreme example, just so you have that understanding. So, first of all, is becoming aware that you have been repeating a pattern where the same thing happens with a different person in different relationships all the time. So first of all, awareness. Second thing is taking action to change that. And it may be removing yourself from that relationship you're in now to start doing some self-investigation and some self-reflection so that you can change how you are in future relationships. Wouldn't that be nice? Because I have some clients who have been disengaging from relationships. And I've got friends of mine who are in relationships that suck, frankly. They've said it themselves. Yet they didn't do the action step to remove themselves from it. So step 2, if you're in a situation where it's not working for you, you might want to think about removing yourself from it so you can change things. Third step, or third piece of the puzzle, third lesson, third example, third teaching, is to do the self-investigation, the self-review, to discover inside of you, what is it that's running the show? What pattern is running? Because it ain't your conscious choice normally. It's subconscious choice. Sorry, ain't. Yeah, well, I was being blunt. It's not your conscious choice that's making this happen. It's something subconscious, because you wouldn't end up in those situations unless some part of you was pulling yourself into them. Again, back to the awareness piece. Those relationships don't just happen to you. Those relationship patterns are being contributed to by you. It doesn't matter how, and I can say it this way. You may be a victim of those situations, but somehow you're creating the result by being programmed to go into those places. And again, it's you that's putting yourself there. It maybe seem like they're pulling you in, but you're contributing on some level to get in there in the first place. So you can change that wiring. That's number 4, I think. 4 or 3, whatever it is. Next step, next piece, is once you start getting clear what it is that's drawing you into the relationships, what the wiring is, and I'll give you a big hint. A large proportion of the opportunities, large proportion of what draws you into those relationships is what happened to you when you were a child. Yes, it's childhood memory time. But what I mean is the wiring that you carry into your new relationships that keep bringing you into the same pattern which you don't want to be in, 90% of the time, roughly, I don't have statistics to be exact on that, but a large proportion of the time is because you're running the programming you were raised with. As in, the influence your parents had on you as a child on how a relationship appears is what you've taken on as the way a relationship should be, and you still don't like it, but you're still doing it. If that's true for you, I have an offer for you, an invitation for you at the end of this. Once you've got some understanding of what's going on, maybe you're in a relationship where the person you're with is always at work, or the person's always drinking, or the person's always abusing you, or the person's always ignoring you, or the person's cheating on you, whatever those things are. I mean, there's a massive list of possibilities. And if you've got a possibility happening that keeps happening the same thing every time, different person, that is your opportunity to change. Because the reality is that piece, that one of the lists that's happening for you, is somehow programmed to what you do, what you're choosing, what you're creating yourself. The next step after that, because I've lost track of which step it is now, is find a way to change that programming, that wiring, that default system that's running automatically inside of you to get you where you don't want to go. One option is, this is where I say, ta-da, is you can work with somebody like myself who understands this work and can help you get where you want to go. The choice you can make can be go to a seminar, or go to a therapist, or pick up a book. I personally feel that if you work with somebody who understands this and can then guide you forward from that place is the best of both worlds. Healing the past, clarifying the future. Because those two pieces together can be a game changer. Now, You can't change the past. I know that's the truth, but you can change your programming from the past. And that means you can change your programming for your future. So you don't necessarily have dominion over your future, but you can certainly plan for your future differently than you were in your past. Does that make some sort of sense? I hope it does. So what I mentioned a bit earlier about what I'm offering is, if there's something you want to work through and get some clarity and get some help with, I'm offering you a complimentary, I'm going to say this in English, I'm offering you a complimentary clarity conversation. It's a triple C, which is a 30-minute conversation that I offer as my gift to you to support you in getting some clarity, because if you're stuck in this area, getting clear is the first step towards transformation. And that, if you move forward from Easter, from this start over day, it's something you want to do, then I recommend you reach out for it. If you want to grab one of those spots in my calendar, you can go to my website, which is barryselby.com, click on the Let's Chat button on there, which will take you to a place where you can sign up for basically what I call a discovery session, or in my case, I'm calling it a complimentary clarity conversation. And over that time, in 30 minutes, we will talk about what is it that you're aware of is in the way, and how it can help you get some clarity and some direction, and what I may be able to offer you to support you in that going forward. That is really what I want to offer you, because more and more I'm realizing people are not taking advantage of these things, not learning from what can help them, and they keep repeating the same cycle. And I'm offering you my time for free, for half an hour. That is gold. Truthfully, that's just something I offer as my gift. So, I think that basically makes the point. I hope you got some clarity from this teaching. This is, as I mentioned before, number 304 in my ongoing series of talks. Of over 300 now. Facebook Live talks about love and relationships, polarity, masculine and feminine behavior, purpose, sex, love, caring, dating, all that sort of stuff. You can find all of these broadcasts on my website, which is barryselby.com, and you can click on the video blog link to find out about see those. Or if you're on Facebook and you want to watch them here, you can see them on my business page on Facebook. They all are there without much other stuff, which is on my business page, which is barryselby.author. They're on YouTube as well, and that'll be it. My homework suggestion to you is to look in the mirror and start looking into your heart and your soul. See where it is that you find yourself blocked and not getting what you want in your love life. To really get clear and be transparent, to see in your own heart where it is that you feel you're out of alignment. Where it is you feel like you're getting the same short end of the stick, the bad end of the deal in relationship that you can't seem to change and fix. And then take action on that. Get some help on that. Find support. Hint, hint. That's your homework. I've given you a way you can find my work. I do invite you to take care of yourself. I hope you had a good Easter. If you had Easter eggs or you had a reawakening, whatever that was, I hope it was good for you. I'll be back again tomorrow with number 305 in my ongoing series of talks. Tomorrow's topic, we'll see. I've got a few ideas brewing already. Reach out to me if you need some help, please, for your own sake. If you have any questions, comments about this broadcast, please put them below in the comments, and I'll respond to you after I get signed off. And that, I think, is about it. Take care of yourself. I'll see you again soon.